Hey guys, I have just recently reached over 50 subscribers, and to me that is absolutely insane. So I want to say a massive thank you to every single person who has subscribed to me. That's just amazing, and that makes me so happy that people actually want to come and watch my videos and they want to see my art, because that's the reason I'm doing this. I want to share my art with people and I want to get people's feedback. I want to know what you guys want to see, what you want to see me draw, and I always try and reply to comments, so always leave a comment and I will try and get back to you. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask, because I'll be more than happy to answer them. Now in this video I'm drawing Belle. She is my favourite Disney princess because I love how she's really studious and she likes to read, and I've always thought she was the best princess because my hair is brown as well. I would always dress up as Belle when I was younger. And Ariel, I love Ariel too, so expect an Ariel video in the future actually. But for now, I've just drawn Belle, and I was actually really happy with the line art for this video. I think the hair is actually turned out pretty good. A lot better than it normally would. I don't know what you guys think, but I was really happy with the line art for the hair. And just the overall line art, I think I added lots of different line weights, so I'm very happy with that. Also, in terms of the colouring, I wanted to spice things up a bit. I can't believe I just said that. But I wanted to add some different colours into the shadows. So normally when I would colour in the skin, for example, I would shade it with like a darker tan colour or something. But I've figured to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional, because I've seen this in other art videos as well, so I kind of got inspiration from them. I'm just adding in with different colours, because you would have different colour shadows on the skin or on any surface because of lighting and stuff. And my lighting might not be spot on, but I think I'm improving, so that's good, I think. In terms of materials, I am using a sketchbook from, I think it's a Pink Pig sketchbook, I think that's what it's called. And I find that when I'm using markers on this paper, I have to use a sheet of paper behind it, and you'll notice that in the video. It's just a sheet of plain printer paper. And that is just so the markers don't bleed onto the next page, because it normally doesn't bleed that bad because the sheet's quite thick, but not so thick that it will absorb all the ink. It's like a nice thickness, but I have to just put the paper there as like a precaution so I don't get like little dots of the colours I used on the next page, because it's just a bit irritating. So that is a good solution to that if you have a sketchbook with fairly thin pages that you have a bit of a bleeding problem with. Just place a sheet of paper you're happy with getting a few marks on behind that sheet and it should be okay. The other materials I'm using are a brown 0.1mm Sakura fine liner for the outlines. I chose brown because I think it gives it a softer look, because in my last few videos I've been using a black fine liner, but the brown one just makes it softer, it's less harsh and somewhat more realistic. I don't know, but sometimes for drawings I prefer to use the black fine liner, but that's just what I ended up using for this one. The marker pens I used for this were graphite markers, but primarily Copic markers. Graphite markers are good, but they have chisel tips, so not chisel tips, I think bullet nibs, so they're not as good as a brush nib on a Copic because they're not as easy to blend, but they are still good, and I got them before my Copic, so I'm used to trying different methods of blending them, and I could make a video on that in the future if you want, but they are basically a cheap alternative to Copics. What I think of this picture is I did really like how it came out. I think I definitely drew Belle in my style, exactly how I think she would look. And the only problem I think I had was in the hair. I used a bit too much of my white Uniposca to add shine, so it's so shiny that it looks like she has white or grey hair or something. But maybe it isn't as bad as I think. Maybe I'm just being overly critical, but you guys let me know. In terms of the background, I added a massive book behind her just as a reflection of her interests and her hobbies, because I thought that would be quite interesting. In terms of upcoming videos, we have got Copic Original Characters Episode 2 coming next Friday, Left Hand Challenge coming the Friday after, and then Fan Art coming the final Friday. I will be away on holiday, but these will be scheduled uploads. Sorry they won't be that regular, but I will be going back to a regular schedule soon.